Okay everyone, so welcome to lecture, and in this lecture guys I'm going to show you a operation called as morphological operation. So a lot of different kind of a morphological operation, I'm going to explain it to you. So let's start with the lecture. So here I need a couple of things. So I need an import from my previous lecture, so that is done. Then I need this show function from my previous lecture, so that is also done. And then there is a image, so image read operation which I have already done, so I need that one inside my current lecture. Okay, so I believe we all have this one, right? So we have written a code for all of this and we have been reusing it again and again and again. Now there is something called as a morphological operation, and inside this morphological operation there is something called as dilation, there is something called as erosion, there is something called as opening, which is nothing but converting erosion into a dilation. So I'm going to talk about basically all of these operations one by one, and with the help of example, I'm going to explain you that how we can try to use this morphological operation in terms of image manipulation. So here I'm going to create a variable called as kernel, right? Kernel is nothing but a matrices n cross n or n cross m matrices. I'm going to create n cross n, by the way. So NumPy dot ones, so this is going to create a matrix with all the ones, so 5 cross 5, so all the values will be ones, by the way. And then data type is going to be unit 8. I can try to keep, okay, fine. So this is the kernel, a matrices it is going to create. Now if you are going to print this kernel, you will be able to find out 5 cross 5 matrices with what? So with all the ones as a value. Fine, so this is a kernel which I have created. Now, once I am able to create the kernel, so just try to call cv2.dilates, so dilate, and inside this, try to, try to basically pass your images in this one. And then once you will be able to pass the images, we can try to do a different kind of operation. So here, let's suppose I'm going to pass my image, right? And then I'm going to pass my kernel. And then here, so iterati1 iteration is equals to iterati1 iteration is equals to 1. I'm going to pass, and let's try to save it as a dilates dilates. Okay, now so here if I'm going to call my show, so which is going to show my image, so show, and here so dilates is a title I'm going to give, and then dilates, and here cmap is equals to gray. So I'm going to show you this operation with respect to gray image scale. Yeah, so here it is trying to perform a dilation operation for me, and you must be able to find out that my image has been transformed actually, right? It's not like looking like my original face, by the way. This was my original face. And if you will look at my eyes, it looks a bit scary, right? It literally looks a bit scary even for me. Let me change the kernel. So let's suppose I'm going to choose a kernel is equals to 11 cross 11. And yeah, so it looks even more scary this time, right? It looks more scary even this time. So here what it is going to do, what this dilation is going to do, so basically it is trying to increase a white region. So increasing a white region in this case, or in this kind of a dilation, by taking a kernels, basically 11 cross 11 kernel or 5 cross 5 kernel, which I am going to give, and that's the reason. So my image look a bit scary, my eyes look more whitish over here. This is again one kind of image transformation that I'm trying to perform, nothing much. Yeah, okay, so this is called as dilation. Then there is something called as erosion, right? What is the meaning of erosion? Let's try to show it to you. So cv2.erode, erode is a function, inbuilt function, and here I'm going to pass my image, and then I'm going to pass my kernel 5 cross 5, and then iterati1 iteration is equals to 1. Okay, iteration is equals to 1. Now here, so if I'm going to erode, and if I'm going to use this show function to showcase you erode, and then erode, just try to call it. I have not used a grayscale image. Let me show you with a grayscale image. Cmap is equals to, so cmap is equals to gray, black and white. Yeah. So even here, so you must be able to see that it is trying to transform my images. And what erode does, so erode always try to shrink the white region. So now you must be able to see a lot of black factor over here. So dilation, it try to increase the white factors, and then erosion try to decrease a white factor by a kernel to kernel. Now here I can try to control my iteration. So let's suppose iteration is equals to a 10 if I have given, right? So means 10 times it will try to run through it. Means it will try to run those kernels 10 times. And now just try to see a lot of black patches I'm able to find out on top of my images. And just look at my here, it's like literally a cartoonist style that it has created. So this is what it does. So iteration means that many number of times kernel it is going to apply. So that many number of times, so it will try to do that. So 1 times and 2 times, and then if I'm going to choose maybe 100 times, so in 100 times my entire image is equal to black, which doesn't looks good. No one will be able to even recognize me inside these images. Yeah. So erosion try to increase a black region, and then dilation try to increase a white region. Then there is something called as opening. Opening means like erosion to dilation. So that is something, that is the meaning of a opening. Let me show you how we can try to apply opening. CV2, and then there is something called as morphological EX, and then I can try to pass my image over here, and CV2.morph morph, and morph underscore open. So I'm trying to work on opening, so morph open, and then I can try to pass my kernel over here. Okay, 5x5 kernel that I have already defined, so I can try to use it. Now it is going to give me a return, so opening as a opening. I'm going to save it. Yeah, and then I can try to call show, and here, so this is for opening, right? Opening, and here, so I can try to call my opening variable, and cmap is equals to gray black and white image. Now, so this is basically trying to represent a bit like a opening means, so it is trying to move from erosion to dilation. So it is trying to remove all the small noises inside my images. So whatever small noises that I will be having, it will try to remove that one. This is what this opening is trying to do, and this is how I can try to control the opening. There is something called as closing as well, right? So where just a reverse of it. So basically it will try to move from dilation to a erosion, means white to the black. So here it will try to fill all the small teeny tiny holes that will be having inside the images. So morph underscore close, close. So morph.close, and this is going to represent basically a closing. Yeah, this is going to represent a closing. Now here, what I can do is I can try to call show, and then closing closing, and then closing. So here, let me change the color scale. So cmap is equals to gray. Oh, I think I have missed something. Okay. So this is going to move from dilation to a erosion, because it is trying to fill the small holes and the patches which will be available inside the images, just to make my image more and more smooth at the end of the day. So in this way, guys, you all will be able to do a morphological operation, whether it's a dilation, whether it's a erosion, whether it's a opening, or whether it's a closing. So with that, thank you so much everyone. Take care, and see you again in my next lecture.